How many people William Shatner's Captain Kirk killed in Star Trek? For a Starfleet captain whose mission was to seek out new life and new civilizations, William Shatner's Captain James T. Kirk racked up a surprising kill count across the original Star Trek series and films. Despite the franchise's vision of a peaceful future, Kirk was no stranger to violence when duty, survival, or Federation interests demanded it. Charismatic, clever, and fiercely loyal to his crew and ideals, Kirk often faced moral dilemmas where he had to choose between diplomacy and deadly force, and he didn't always choose diplomacy. So, how many people or aliens, robots, or godlike entities did Kirk actually kill? The number might shock you. Depending on how broadly we define kills, the answer varies wildly. Let's break down the nuances, context, and even the controversy behind Kirk's tally of death in Star Trek. Defining a kill in Star Trek. Before we get into the body count, it's important to define what counts as a kill. Is it only when Kirk pulls the trigger himself? Does giving the order count? What about when he indirectly causes a death through sabotage, manipulation, or logical argument that leads someone to self-destruct? In many cases, Kirk doesn't personally wield a phaser or throw a punch that ends someone's life, but he sets the chain of events in motion. For the purposes of this breakdown, we'll count. 1. Direct kills. Kirk fires the shot or strikes the blow. 2. Command kills. He orders the kill as captain. 3. Indirect kills. His decisions or manipulations lead to death. 4. Mass destruction. If Kirk is responsible for mass casualties, such as destroying ships or planets. Now, let's look at Kirk's kill record across the Star Trek original series, the animated series, and the movies. The original series TOS, the 1960s kill count. Across 79 episodes of Star Trek, the original series 1966 to 1969, Kirk finds himself in deadly confrontations more often than you'd expect for an exploratory mission. Estimated kill count, 25 to 30 plus. Let's highlight some key episodes. Where No Man Has Gone Before, Kirk kills his friend Gary Mitchell after he becomes a dangerous godlike being. Personal, tragic, and direct. The Doomsday Machine, Kirk doesn't kill anyone directly but orders the destruction of a planet-killing machine using the USS Constellation as a bomb, indirectly responsible for potentially thousands of deaths prevented. A Taste of Armageddon, Kirk destroys the computer systems used by two planets to simulate war, essentially forcing real peace talks. He doesn't kill anyone, but it's a close ethical call. Obsession, Kirk uses an antimatter bomb to destroy a cloud-like creature that killed his former crewmates. Again, an alien kill, but one that weighs heavily on him. Arena, he refuses to kill the Gorn captain at the end, showing his moral restraint, despite having every opportunity. There are other fights where Kirk punches enemies to death, throws them off cliffs, or shoots them with phasers, including humanoid aliens, androids, and even a few misguided humans. He often takes matters into his own hands, especially when out of communication with Starfleet Command. The animated series TAS, fewer battles, less death. The Star Trek, the animated series 1973 to 1974 features a more fantastical tone, with fewer gritty combat scenes. Estimated kill count, 2 to 3. Most conflicts are resolved non-violently or through clever tricks. However, there are moments where Kirk takes extreme actions, like outsmarting a creature into self-destruction or ordering a weapon to be fired to protect the Enterprise. While less violent than the live-action series, Kirk remains capable of deadly force when needed. The Star Trek movies 1979 to 1994, high stakes, big body counts. Here's where things escalate. In the original film series starring William Shatner, Captain Kirk becomes Admiral Kirk, then returns to active command. The stakes are often galactic, and the deaths more devastating. Estimated kill count, 2,000 plus if you count indirect. Star Trek, the motion picture 1979, no direct kills. VGR is more of an enigma than a villain. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan 1982, Kirk is indirectly responsible for the deaths of numerous people on both sides. The Genesis device's detonation kills Khan and the remaining crew aboard the USS Reliant. Khan also kills many aboard the Enterprise, including Spock temporarily. Kirk's kill count here is modest, but notable. Star Trek III. The Search for Spock 1984. Kirk kills a Klingon Maltz in hand-to-hand combat and orders the self-destruct of the Enterprise, killing more Klingons in the process. This entry adds about a dozen to his count. Star Trek IV. The Voyage Home 1986. No kills here, just whales, jokes, and time travel. Star Trek V. The Final Frontier 1989. Few notable kills. The plot is philosophical and spiritual in tone. Kirk does shoot God, or a being posing as one, which is wild but symbolic. Star Trek VI. The Undiscovered Country 1991. Political intrigue and assassination plots abound. While Kirk doesn't kill anyone directly, he plays a crucial role in exposing a conspiracy and saving peace talks. Generations 1994. Kirk dies a hero helping Jean-Luc Picard. He kills Saran's henchman but doesn't live to see the consequences of his final mission. A few kills are added in his final outing. Indirect and off-screen mass destruction. If we count all the ships Kirk was involved in destroying, especially Klingon and Romulan vessels, his indirect kill count could easily top a few thousand lives. The most notable is the destruction of the Klingon bird of prey in Star Trek III, and numerous redshirt casualties and alien confrontations initiated under his command. In the Star Trek universe, starships are filled with hundreds of crew. Destroying just a few enemy ships puts Kirk's indirect kill count in the thousands. Redshirts, enemies, and the cost of command. Then there are the infamous redshirts. While the term has become synonymous with expendable crew, many of these crewmen died under Kirk's command. While not his fault directly, their deaths often come during missions he led or authorized. The overall number of redshirt deaths in TOS is estimated to be 43, according to fan analyses. Kirk occasionally laments these losses, emphasizing his emotional burden as captain. But when it comes to enemies, Kirk is known for personally defeating foes when negotiations fail. His style of leadership is hands-on, often engaging in mortal combat with villains, beasts, or mad computers. His charm, confidence, and aggressive logic often result in situations where he outsmarts enemies rather than outguns them, but the result can still be fatal. Artificial intelligences, androids, and gods, do they count? Kirk has arguably killed more AIs and androids than people. Some of his most memorable victories come from making computers self-destruct through paradoxes and logic traps. The ultimate computer. Kirk convinces a rogue AI, M5, to shut itself down after it killed several Starfleet officers. The Return of the Arkans. Kirk and Spock talk a computer called Landru into self-destruction, freeing an entire population. Mud. Kirk and crew confuse a race of androids into malfunctioning and shutting down. While these don't count as human deaths, they are examples of Kirk destroying thinking, conscious entities. If we include those, his kill count climbs again. Final tally. Let's break it down. Direct, on-screen kills by Kirk himself, 20 to 30. Indirect kills via orders or sabotage, 50 to 100. Plus,